Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler. Welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from Spirit. How are you all doing? Friday energy of a really nice week this week. There was some solar flare energy in this week as well. So heightened feelings of energetics. Some could have felt that as anxiety, but the energy moving with all of that has been really coming home to self, taking those steps forward, all that kind of stuff. So that's the reason why I think it's been really beautiful. And honestly, we can see a lot of beauty even in the challenging parts, right? Think about how much you grow when you get through something a little bit more challenging. Yes, it is beautiful to have just simply fun experiences, right? Absolutely, I agree. But there's this sense of accomplishment when you've had to go through something more significant and you come out the other end of it and you come out stronger and better and more aware of who you are. That is the kind of power that we're really stepping into. We're making the experiences that we used to maybe think would be full-on struggle. We're starting to see those experiences as empowering in the moment of them. And that's a big shift. That's a huge shift. And again, for many of you too, you're stepping into your power in just that full recognition now too. So your whole perspective is changing. And I think that's a very beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay, let's get to the cards. So I'm finishing up the week with the Spirit Animal Oracle cards by Colette Baron-Reid. And let's see what the energy is for Friday as we move into the weekend. So Friday and the weekend energies. What do we have, Spirit? They're singing the Joyful, Joyful song in my head, from Sister Act, the Joyful, Joyful song. I'm hearing that. They're saying joyful, joyful, but also keep your head on your shoulders, meaning allow yourself to experience the joy, be fully in it. However, still stay in the energy of discernment and full consciousness. It's a full embodiment. It's not when we think of the energy of bliss and we're kind of almost we perceive it as this out of your mind energy of blissfulness. It's not that. It's actually being grounded and embodied, present in the moment of that bliss. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Oh. Okay, so very, very cool. So let's talk about this. We started off the week, remember on Monday, we started off the week, and if you missed it, go back to Monday, with every kind of flying insect. We had the scarab beetle, the butterfly, the moth, and there was something else. Anyways, and it spoke about freedom, and there's a big energy of freedom and this concept of freedom. And so I find it so interesting that this horse spirit card came out and says, freedom is yours. Freedom is yours. And that's why Spirit is joyful, joyful, be free, be in the air. We're in Gemini right now. It's an air sign. Be in that energy of freedom to really be drawn and follow the call to where you're being drawn to. Where is your heart calling you to? Right? Your heart is the most powerful, energetic guidance system. And I'm not talking about the, when you see in movies and someone's but I totally love him. I know it's love. And they're 16 and they're, quite naive. It's not that follow your heart. It's the follow that. Spirit is saying, they're saying, use the word soul song like we talked about. Follow the soul song of your heart. Something or anything that resonates in that same frequency is within your alignment. So that's the kind of freedom they're talking about. Feel the freedom to be entirely you and who you're meant to be. Part of that, being able to feel your freedom, is this skunk spirit. Now, what's interesting is we would think a skunk card would maybe be a negative or something, but it's not. This is saying know your worth. Know your power and know your worth. And that is really when we step into freedom. That's when we know that we are stepping onto this new platform of consciousness, is when we are willing to know our worth, to stand in the power of our worth, worth, and not in a egoic way either, but just like, yeah, this is what I'm here for. This is what I offer. Here's where I've messed up. Here's where I've apologized. Here's where I have helped others. Here's where, like just owning your whole story. And what's interesting, actually, Spirit was talking to me this morning about a podcast they want me to do soon on this sort of idea, this kind of idea. So something to consider. This is a theme that's coming out, is like, know your worth, the totality of it. It's not about perfection. It's about honoring who you are. And so part of that in honoring who you are is the recognition that there is always enough, meaning you are enough. And the situations that you've been through are there because they're teaching you and showing you and offering you different things to help you be your full self. And so whenever we kind of fall into energy of victim mode, we're actually pulling away from that. We're pulling away from that knowledge. So with this koi fish spirit card, there is always enough. It's like, recognize that you are exactly where you need to be in your life right now to recognize whatever keeps repeating itself in front of you. Right? So any repeated messages, repeated situations and stuff is trying to give you understandings of who you are and what you're about, to allow you to make choices, to know your worth, and to find your freedom. Because freedom is yours. So what I find really interesting is these last two cards we have are really about being in that present moment, which is what we were talking about before I pulled the cards. And I'll show you them both at the same time. We have the Bear Spirit card, which says take time out, combined with the Moth card that we had in the beginning of the week, which is surrender now. And so these two are really talking about being present in the moment. Being present in the moment with yourself wherever you are. If you have a busy, packed weekend planned, take a couple moments where you can to be in your own energy, to surrender into the flow of things, and to recognize everything that's happening around you and within you. If you have a weekend to yourself where you get to be in this energy a lot, take advantage of that. Take advantage of it, because there are messages, there's insights, there's realizations of where you can further embody your freedom, your worthiness, and all of that. But those kind of things require a bit of time of inner reflection and time of surrendering. So here's one thing that I'm being shown from Spirit. If you've been asking the spirit world for help, insights, answers, and so on, and you haven't gotten your answers yet, it may be that you need to surrender and just release it, knowing it's been heard, allow it to be released, surrender, take time out, and then the answers will come to you. Because for many of us, we've been talking to the spirit world a lot because they've been saying, hey, we're really close by. And now it's a time to act as your own personal creator, as you co-create with spirit. And in that, taking some time out for yourself to surrender the energy, surrender to the busyness, surrender to all the shoulds and woulds and all of this kind of stuff. Take time for you to recognize your worth, recognize your connection to all things, and then experience what it's like to feel freedom and be in the energy of freedom. So it's like, it's an introspective energy this weekend, yet it's also an interactive energy this weekend with the outside world. So it's kind of like both. You've got one foot in each world this weekend, and it's about finding that balance in it. And within finding that balance is where you almost get to spread these energetic wings of self and soar. Soar above everything to get that higher perspective. Soar above to feel that unlimitedness in who you are. So a very interesting weekend. It's got a lot of pieces to it. So observation is really key, and like tuning in again to that soul song of self. I want to say, keep the music. I love all your comments and stuff about the music and your reflections. Keep the music coming. Because somebody had asked too about sound and vibration, and if people can't hear sound, then it's really all about vibration. It is. However, sound, for those that can hear it, is also beautiful and deep. There is an essence in the expression of sound itself. So there's the frequency and the vibration that we can feel, but there's also the tonality, which is a beautiful thing also. So explore songs and music and sound, however you do it this weekend, because again, it feels like it's this soul song and soul rhythm that is just guiding you to your optimum positions on your journey right now. So something to consider. All right, everyone, I will leave you with that. Thank you so much as always for joining me. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you on Monday.